Live, you're watching KOIN 6 News at 5. Watching out for you.
Now at 5, the U.S. now leads the world in coronavirus cases. What officials are saying about where the numbers could go from here. Plus, in about an hour, lawmakers are set to vote on a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package. The House of Representatives now under pressure to pass relief meant to soften the financial blow of the coronavirus. And fighting the pandemic on a state level. We're taking a look at the biggest problem the state of Oregon is facing right now. Thanks for being here with us on KOIN 6 News this morning. I'm Emily Burris and for Jenny Hansen. We will get to all of those stories in just a minute, but first, we are following some breaking news this morning. We're learning part of I-5 in Marion County is shut down right now because of police activity near Turner. We have team coverage of the scene this morning. Elise Haas is there right now working to get updates from state police on what is happening. But first, we want to go to Carly Kennelly, who's been tracking this closure. Carly, what have you learned?
I-5 southbound is shut down at Delaney Road. So this is about 6 miles south of Highway 22 in Salem. So you'll be forced to exit at Delaney Road and then connect to Enchanted Way to get back to I-5. There is a detour in place, and that's the detour. I just outlined it for you. Delaney to Enchanted Way and back to I-5. Southbound remains closed. No estimated time for reopening. So just plan ahead if you're headed southbound just south of Salem. We actually have Elise Haas live in Mobile 6 with details of this closure. Good morning.
Good morning, Carly. So I just got here and I hopped out. So we are at the detour that you were just talking about, where they're diverting traffic off of I-5 and then back on Delaney Road. So this is basically what you're going to be coming up on, and they're going to force you off the road because of this police activity that is shut down southbound I-5 since early this morning. About half a mile down the road is where the scene is. And so take a look at this video because a photojournalist captured what was happening overnight, where there was dozens of police vehicles closing down the interstate. This is on southbound I-5 near Turner, about half a mile south of Delaney Road. So in that video, you can see Oregon State Police brought in an armored vehicle, and officers are then huddled around while working to secure someone's van. You can see shattered glass everywhere. There's broken windows. It also appears at one point that first responders are tending to someone. So we have reached out to OSP several times for information, but as of right now, they are not telling us what happened or confirming the police situation out there. So if you, again, this is the detour that you're looking at right now. If you are coming out this way because you have to head out to an essential service this morning, you will be detoured. All you need to do is follow the signs and it'll get you back on to I-5. So we're going to be staying out here this morning and to continue to monitor the situation. We do believe that we just saw that van that was in the video being pulled off away from a, what is it called? Oh, a tow truck. So we're going to try and show you that video a little bit later on as well, but we'll bring you as much information as soon as we get it. Reporting live near Turner, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
All right, thanks, Elise. We appreciate the update. Stay with KOIN 6 as we continue to stay on this developing story throughout the morning. We're bringing you updates every half hour and more as we learn new information. And don't forget, you can find more right now on KOIN.com. It is 5:03 on this Friday morning. We want to get a quick check on Portland's most accurate forecast. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning. We are watching some rain working on in. It's very light here if it's in the valley out towards Salem, possibly down the I-5 corridor. Some rain showers causing some wet roadways out there. Also out towards the coast here, we're seeing that rain scooting on in. So still a wet start here out towards Astoria and portions of the North Beaches there. So we'll be watching this rain as it works in today. Do expect some off and on showers today in Portland, although our rain totals not really picking up much today. We'll see some light showers moving forward. Starting now, we're mainly dry still in Portland. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s, and looking out towards downtown, you can see still dark outside, mid 40s, and moving forward, we should stay mainly cloudy. A hit or miss shower here as we head towards our morning temperatures, moving up towards the mid 40s to upper 40s. I'll have your full forecast and more details on some weekend rain in a few moments.
Thanks, Kelly. More breaking news from overseas this morning. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has tested positive for the novel coronavirus. Earlier this week, he held his weekly meeting with the Queen over the phone because of social distancing restrictions and COVID concerns. Downing Street now says Johnson is self-isolating with mild symptoms and continuing to lead the UK's COVID-19 response. Well, the novel coronavirus is not easing its grip on the United States. Meantime, America now tops the list for having the most confirmed cases globally. Johns Hopkins is reporting nearly 86,000 cases confirmed nationwide. For 4 consecutive days this week, the U.S. had its deadliest day of reported deaths due to the virus. Vaccine trials are underway, and the shutdowns and restrictions across the country remain in place, working to slow the spread of the disease. But no state has seen a decrease in cases yet, which means the U.S. probably has not hit its peak.
You got to hunker down, nail down, mitigate, get the people taken care of. That's what you got to concentrate on. You have to go with the data.
Well, despite the uncertainty of what lies ahead, the medical world did find some positive news about the virus overnight. It's not mutating that much.
That's good because it's not going to become more lethal likely, and it's also going to be good for a vaccine if the virus doesn't mutate much. We still don't know when exactly this is going to end. I think that is still the biggest thing that we don't know.
As of Thursday night, the U.S. had roughly 1,200 COVID-19 related deaths. Washington state is the hardest hit region in the Northwest. Health officials are reporting more than 3,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19. 147 people have died. In Oregon, health officials are reporting 320 cases with 11 deaths. The biggest cluster of the COVID-19 virus cases in Oregon so far is in Washington County, now reporting at least 104 cases and 3 deaths. The first confirmed case of the virus was back on February 28th in a Washington County man who was a custodian working in a Lake Oswego elementary school. Officials say while he was hospitalized, testing began quickly, identifying multiple other cases. But officials say they do not believe that first patient is patient 0.
We think that it's been spreading in the community. It's been here longer, and so we're probably a little bit ahead of some other communities.
There is now a drive-through testing center in the county, but it is only for those with doctor's orders to go get tested and for first responders. The growing number of cases in Oregon is bringing new concerns over how healthcare workers and first responders are going to be handling an influx of patients. Our Cor Harlan is live this morning to tell us more about the biggest problem the state of Oregon says it's facing right now. Cor?
Boy, Emily, and that is personal protective equipment on the part of medical workers and people that are working in hospitals, people that are treating coronavirus patients. These people need to be protected with face masks, gowns, the face shields, all sorts of PPE. In fact, Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue, strangely yesterday, put out a tweet saying that they are growing increasingly short on those sorts of supplies. That is cause for alarm, and it should be cause for alarm, not only amongst the general public, but amongst healthcare practitioners as well. On to some VO that we have there. Also of note, late yesterday, the Oregon Health Authority had some rather disturbing information. They are saying now the projected patient influx to Oregon hospitals in the coming weeks, if the infection rate continues, will cause a significant surge in patients and a shortage of that personal protective equipment that we're talking about.
That hospital leaders and health officials are doing their part to find beds, secure supplies, and protect healthcare workers. Again, Oregonians continue to make the difference to stay home and save lives.
These projections tell us that the sacrifices Oregonians are making right now can help to save lives. At the same time, they paint a dark picture of what could happen if we don't all work together.
Now, this is difficult information to digest for a lot of people because these shelter-in-place orders, we're told by authorities, should eventually flatten the curve and lower the rate of increase in terms of the number of people that are carrying the coronavirus. But, Emily, that number and that curve has not started to flatten at this point, and as you just heard from a lot of people, something as simple as a face mask or a lack of a face mask in a clinical area for treating this is causing quite a bit of alarm amongst people who care for these patients and will care for these patients going forward.
Yeah, those healthcare workers are the people we really need to stay healthy throughout all this. Thank you, Cor. Meanwhile, if you were hoping to help out Salem Health by making masks, you'll have to wait. Yesterday, staff handed out kits to community volunteers to make more face masks. They were greeted with an overwhelming number of people wanting to help. Staff were supposed to hand out more mask-making kits today, but they announced on Twitter they completely ran out. They've handed out all kits and the supplies to make more kits. So they said they will let everyone know if that changes and they need more. Stay with KOIN 6 as we continue to follow every angle emerging from the coronavirus pandemic. We have a lot of resources available right now on KOIN.com, an entire section of our website dedicated to facts and the latest developments on the coronavirus. It is 5:10 on this Friday morning. We want to check back in with Kelly Bayern and another look at your morning forecast. Kind of quiet right now, Kelly.
Yeah, it is. We are expecting to see some changes, though. More rainfall in the region starting with today, and that will linger into the weekend, too, especially soggy on Sunday. But for today and Saturday, we'll see light off and on showers here. So we will see some moments of rain, some moments of dry weather, even some sunbreaks still going into today and Saturday. But we are expecting rain Sunday and some wet weather moving into Monday, too. We'll be tracking some heavier snowfall amounts come the end of the weekend. So I'll show you that here in a few moments. But as we start, you can see that rain has pushed into the valley. It's mostly down the I-5 corridor now. Portland still mainly cloudy. Even out towards the coast, we're seeing some rain showers there, too. Temperatures a little more mild this morning. We're in the low to mid-40s here. And moving forward, another chilly day today. Highs only in the upper 40s to low 50s today with rain showers for many regions. Your full forecast coming up next. Carly.
We have this police activity in Salem. I-5 southbound shut down at Delaney Road. You'll be forced to exit there and then connect to Enchanted Way to get back to I-5. So there is a detour in place. We don't know when southbound lanes will reopen, but right now they remain closed. So that's about 6 miles south of Highway 22 in Salem. You can see that I-405 northbound still has a left lane blocked. This is road work that we've had every morning this week. So the left lane's blocked here. Everyone's having to take the right lane, but traffic is really light across the metro area, so don't worry about any delays.
All right, thank you, Carly. It is 5:12. You're watching KOIN 6 News, watching out for you. Still to come this morning, the House of Representatives under pressure to pass a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package. We have the latest from Washington, D.C., just minutes before the House floor is set to open. Welcome back, 5:15 on this Friday morning. The coronavirus is putting life on hold for people across the country. But for high school and college seniors, this is an especially challenging time. As Danya Backus explains, social distancing means the cancellation of special events and memories, even leaving some uncertain of their futures.
As schools and colleges across the nation remained closed and social gatherings limited.
I think it's still hard to grasp.
The heartbreak sets in for Drake University women's basketball star Becca Hittner.
It was probably one of the toughest moments of my sports career.
Her conference and NCAA tournament dreams were canceled due to the coronavirus. Instead of playing her final games as a senior on the hardwood, she's now preparing for a possible pro career on her childhood home's court.
This was our last shot to go out with a bang, and we didn't even get the opportunity to do that. And so it's just really hard as a senior to know that you can't come back.
And for Patience Lewis,
just worried and you don't know what's next.
Her senior year at Middle College High School in Memphis is now hanging in the balance.
I'm feeling scared and sad, kind of, because I don't know if they're going to cancel all our senior activities, like our senior trip, class day, graduation, and proms.
High school and college seniors across the nation are fearing they've seen their last school days, but without the typical memories and proper goodbyes that come with it. Psychologist Karen Rogers says it's important for parents to acknowledge the sense of loss students may be feeling.
But a lot of teenagers and young adults are just feeling like this isn't fair, that they should be able to have these experiences, and they're frustrated, they're angry, they're disappointed.
And she says, do your best to celebrate those moments, whether it's going back to school in a year to take graduation pictures, or taking time to get together virtually. like the Chino Hills High School Chamber Choir, who didn't allow social distancing to stop them from performing. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
I love how creative everyone's getting. I know we're thinking of all those seniors right now. It is 5:17. We're keeping an eye on your traffic and weather together. Kelly, how's our Friday looking?
It's looking fairly chilly as we move forward again. We've been keeping these colder than normal temperatures, and we will introduce some more rain showers moving forward. Right now, still dark outside. We are mainly cloudy here in Portland and starting to see some rain here arrive. So today, do expect some light showers off and on throughout the rest of the morning and into our afternoon as well. More rainfall picks up heading into our overnight and Saturday morning. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. You can see those showers out towards the portions of the coast and especially the Washington coast. Portland now, a few showers working on in, but we are seeing that westerly flow here and a couple of systems on their way in. Our next front arrives on Saturday in the evening time, but ahead of the front here, we are seeing some showers developing now. So do expect some light showers today and also tomorrow, but these temperatures too, much colder than normal. So on average, we should be in the upper 50s. We've been staying in the low 50s. So if it has felt a little cold, it has been. We should be a little warmer than what we're getting. And by the time we hit Wednesday of next week, we'll start to see those temperatures climbing a little bit more here. Some models are trending towards much warming going into Wednesday through Friday of next week. So we'll be watching that trend here. But back to the rain. Let's time this out. So going into our morning, we'll see scattered pop-up showers here through the rest of the morning and the afternoon. And rainfall totals look fairly light today and also through Saturday. The rain picks up just a bit overnight into Saturday, but we'll still keep those scattered showers here in the valley and out towards areas of the coast, even out towards the gorge here going into Saturday. Come Sunday, we start to pick up more rainfall. And again, a lot of this rain will stay west of the Cascades. A few showers off and on through central Oregon and eastern Oregon. Sunday looks a bit wet. Then our next system rolls in on Monday. We're also expecting some significant snowfall towards the mountains as we head towards the end of the weekend into Monday and Tuesday. So rain totals for today, looking at a few hundredths of an inch of rain to about a tenth of an inch of rain, so really not much. Showers should stay fairly light going into today and Saturday as well. Come Sunday in the morning time, that's when we start to pick up the rain, and then going into Monday, we see a lot more soggy conditions here, likely about an inch of rain from now through about Tuesday, which is all good. We do need to see this rain here. We are in a bit of a drought across the entire state of Oregon. Looking at snowfall, it really picks up as we head into Sunday. Today through Saturday, maybe an inch or so over the next couple of days. The drive should still be okay through Government Camp, but come Sunday into Monday, we'll see more significant snowfall in the mountains here now towards Mount Hood, so maybe close to about 6 inches or more as we head into our Tuesday. So for today, pretty quiet weather, a little chilly. We'll still see off and on showers through the afternoon. Many areas here in the low 50s. Our 7-day forecast keeps those low 50s and temperatures moving into the weekend here with rain showers off and on. Come Sunday and Monday, looking out for a couple of wet days. Carly.
I-5 southbound is closed, and this is in Salem. So just south of Highway 22, about 6 miles south of there at Delaney Road, you'll be forced to exit the freeway, then take Enchanted Way to connect back to I-5. The detour is in place with signs directing you, but just be aware that southbound's closed there due to police activity. And we have a reporter on the scene just providing us updates and getting more information. So right now on I-405, northbound has the left lane blocked again this morning. That is for road work, so watch out for that. No delay, as you can see. We'll be back after this break.
Welcome back. It is 5:25. Friday is here, and that typically means heading out for the evening with friends, but the coronavirus pandemic has definitely thrown a wrench into our routines. Or has it? For years, technology has been blamed for keeping us apart, replacing human interaction. But for those feeling isolated during this pandemic, technology has become a bridge over social distancing.
You get a little happier at the end of the day talking to your friends, which I think has been the most important part.
From Zoom to the Netflix party feature and even some video games, millions are connecting with friends through technology. And when the virtual approach just doesn't do the trick, families are finding a middle ground, making drive-by birthdays a new trend. You're watching KOIN 6 News. TriMet is making more changes to try and flatten the curve. What riders can't do right now to keep drivers safe from coronavirus. And we're continuing to follow breaking news this morning. Part of I-5 shut down in Marion County as state troopers investigate. You're looking live at that scene right now. Ken Boddy is back with your next half hour of headlines right after this.
This is a KOIN 6 News breaking news alert.
Time is 5:30 on this Friday morning, and we are following breaking news out of Marion County. Police activity overnight has shut down part of Interstate 5 near Turner. This is a live look at the scene right now. You're watching KOIN 6 News this morning. I'm Ken Boddy. Elise Haas has a live report from the scene in just a moment, but first, Carly Cannelli with what you need to know if you're driving in that area.
The closure is 6 miles south of Highway 22 in Salem, so it's at Delaney Road. Southbound traffic on I-5 will be forced to exit at that spot. Now, there is a detour in place, and you saw that earlier from our live pictures there. The detour is Delaney to Enchanted Way and then back to I-5. So police activity there again. Southbound lanes closed for I-5. We don't know when this will reopen, so definitely plan ahead. Give yourself a little extra time if you're headed down that direction. There's no huge backups or anything with traffic as light as it is, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it. So Elise Haas is live at the scene down there to provide us with more information. Elise?
Carly, so we are right at that detour at Delaney Road that you were just talking about. So you can see where all of the cars and trucks are being forced off the road, and they're heading to Enchanted Way, like you mentioned, and then back onto I-5. So I just talked to the ODOT folks here who said that the police have just now started the reconstruction scene of what's going on the highway about half a mile from where we are. That means that they are going to continue to keep I-5 southbound closed down for several more hours. So go ahead and take a look at this video from a photojournalist that shows what was unraveling overnight. It shows that there was dozens of police vehicles shutting down the interstate. Again, this is on southbound I-5 near Turner, about half a mile south of Delaney Road. In the video, you can see Oregon State Police brought in an armored vehicle, and our officers are huddled around while working to secure someone's van. You can also see shattered glass everywhere. There's broken windows. And then it also appears that first responders are tending to somebody outside of the vehicle. So we have reached out to OSP multiple times to ask them what was going on out here, and they are not confirming any information so we are still waiting on an update from them. But like I mentioned, I-5 southbound is going to be closed for several more hours because they are just now starting to collect evidence and capture everything that's at the scene. So again, if you are going to be heading out this morning, you're going to have to take a detour at Delaney Road, get onto Enchanted Way, and you'll get right back onto I-5 southbound. So it doesn't appear that there's too much slowdown, but again, you will be just kind of hung up here for a moment. We'll continue to bring you updates throughout the morning, but for now, reporting live near Turner, Elise Haas, KOIN 6 News.
Thank you, Elise. And stay with KOIN 6 as we continue to follow this developing story. We'll bring you updates every half hour. And don't forget, you can find more information on KOIN.com. Time now for a check on Portland's most accurate forecast with Kelly Bayern. Kelly?
Yeah, we are seeing some rain here working in this morning. Fairly wet starts again towards Astoria and portions of the Washington coast, and rain now trickling in across the beaches here and for some areas in the valley, the I-5 corridor, just north of Salem, maybe out towards Woodburn, seeing some light rain showers this morning time. Still mainly cloudy here in Portland. So moving forward, we're expecting light scattered showers today and also Saturday. They'll be very scattered and off and on here moving over the next couple of days. Rain still continues Sunday and beyond. Looking at some heavier rain come the start of next week, too. Also tracking some new mountain snowfall. So still mainly cloudy here across the valley. Some spots, again, getting some rainfall. We are in the low to mid-40s. I'll time out the rain this weekend here in a few moments.
Thank you very much. Well, we have breaking news from overseas this morning. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson has tested positive for the coronavirus. Earlier this week, he held his weekly meeting with the Queen over the phone because of social distancing rules. Well, Downing Street says that Johnson is self-isolating with mild symptoms while continuing to lead the UK's COVID-19 response. Well, the coronavirus isn't loosening its grip on the United States. The U.S. now has more confirmed cases than any other nation in the world. Johns Hopkins University is reporting nearly 86,000 cases here in the U.S. The number of reported deaths for the coronavirus rose every day for 4 consecutive days this week. Vaccine trials are underway, and the shutdowns and restrictions across the country remain in place to slow the spread. No state has seen a decrease in cases. That means the U.S. probably has yet to hit the peak.
You got to hunker down, nail down, mitigate, get the people taken care of. That's what you got to concentrate on. You have to go with the data.
Despite the uncertainty of what lies ahead, the medical world did find positive news about the virus. It's not mutating much. As of Thursday evening, the U.S. has more than 1,200 COVID-19 related deaths. Washington state continues to be the hardest hit region here in the Northwest, and health officials are reporting 3,207 confirmed cases of COVID-19 and 147 deaths in Washington. In Oregon, the health officials are reporting 320 cases with 11 deaths. The growing number of cases is bringing with it concerns over how healthcare workers and first responders will handle the influx of patients. Our Cor Harlan live this morning to tell us the biggest problem the state of Oregon is facing right now. Cor?
Boy, this is a real issue, Ken, too, because not only are the people getting sick with the coronavirus, but now some of the focus is shifting actually to the people who care for the people who are sick, keeping those people safe and keeping those people healthy. That's a real big deal. It's turned into a real big deal. As it turns out, there is a growing shortage of PPE. You've heard that phrase, personal protective equipment, face masks, hospital gowns, things that medical care, frontline medical care workers need to keep themselves safe. Got a taste of this yesterday with a tweet from Tualatin Valley Fire and Rescue saying that they are increasingly growing short of those said materials, and they are very much highlighting this region's entire predicament. They have to keep these things in stock. Yesterday, the Oregon Health Authority projected with the patient influx to Oregon hospitals in the coming week, if the infection rate continues, and that's still a very big if, that will cause, they say, a significant surge in not only patients, but a shortage of personal protective equipment.
That hospital leaders and health officials are doing their part to find beds, secure supplies, and protect healthcare workers. Again, Oregonians continue to make the difference to stay home and save lives.
These projections tell us that the sacrifices Oregonians are making right now can help to save lives. At the same time, they paint a dark picture of what could happen if we don't all work together.
Well, yesterday we told you about Salem Health's effort to get these hospital mask kits out into the hands of people with sewing machines, if you can believe that. They are handing those out today. They need them back by next week. Check Salem Health's website out for more information on that. But Ken, right now, this is becoming sort of a secondary problem, no less of a problem, mind you. Keeping people safe who are treating those who have become ill is a growing problem, and that personal protection equipment, face masks, hospital gowns, are a big part of that. Ken?
All right, thank you very much, Cor. Meanwhile, you did mention Salem Health, and there was an outpouring of community support for Salem Health as they put out a call for volunteers to make those masks. Well, yesterday, staff handed out kits to community volunteers to make the masks, and they were greeted with an overwhelming number of people wanting to help out. Staff was supposed to hand out more mask-making kits today, but they announced on Twitter they completely ran out of kits and the supplies to make more kits. They say that they will let everyone know when that changes if you still want to help out. With COVID-19 cases skyrocketing, states around the nation are recruiting volunteers to join the Medical Reserve Corps to help in this crisis. In New York State, officials say up to 600 people are signing up to volunteer every day, and they hope more people will answer the call.
We recruit anybody with a medical license, so we could be talking doctors, nurses, RNs, EMTs, but there's a lot of support roles, especially as we are trying to step down services and be able to support those who are recovering.
New York Governor Andrew Cuomo said that in addition to the thousands of medical professionals volunteering, more than 8,600 mental health professionals have also volunteered their services. In less than 30 minutes, the U.S. House will begin debating the $2 trillion coronavirus stimulus package passed by the Senate this week. The unprecedented measure would provide hundreds of billions of dollars in aid to big and small business as well as help for individual Americans. President Trump says he plans to sign it into law right away. Well, one industry booming in the midst of this pandemic, toilet paper. We spoke with a local company that cuts industrial rolls down to the consumer size and then sells them to distributors and essential businesses. They say they are running at full capacity right now as demand increases. But they remind everyone there isn't really a shortage of toilet paper. It's just a result of panic buying. They say their main concern right now is keeping their workers healthy. And apparently people are buying lots of bread as well. So Fran's Bakery needs to hire up to 20 people for their Portland location and 150 nationwide. They say experience baking bread is not required. And they're not the only ones hiring now. If you're looking for a job, we have a running list on our website. And if you're an employer, you can add your openings to our list. Just head to KOIN.com/jobs. Oregon SNAP benefits can now be used to buy groceries online. The state was already exploring ways for those needing benefits to shop online with Amazon and Walmart. But because of the COVID-19 crisis, those dates have been moved up to help those unable to get to the store. TriMet announced they are no longer taking cash on buses. They say this move is a temporary measure to minimize the time that riders spend near drivers. Riders will instead have to pay with a plastic hop card, a phone, or a hop ticket purchased at a Max or West station. Hop cards are available for free at the TriMet ticket office at Pioneer Courthouse Square. Stay with KOIN 6 as we follow every angle emerging from the coronavirus pandemic. We have great resources available on KOIN.com, including a section dedicated to facts on the coronavirus. Time now is 5:41, and let's get right to Kelly Bayern with another check on our morning forecast. Kelly?
Yeah, we're seeing some rain here working on in. Again, for the coast, it's a bit of a wet start here, mostly out towards Astoria again, portions of the north coast, and then also up into Washington, too. So the beaches seeing the main bulk of the showers right now. We are seeing some light showers working into the valley, out towards Salem, Woodburn, down the I-5 corridor. Likely some spots here in the rain. Showers are pushing through Portland, but many spots still just cloudy out. These showers are very light. So taking a wider view here, most of that rain is up north across the Washington Peninsula. And as we head into our weekend, we'll still see some off and on light showers. It's really Sunday we start to see some more heavy rain back in the mix. So temperatures in the mid-40s and cloudy right now in downtown Portland. And moving forward, we'll see off and on showers today. Quick peek at your weekend forecast. Temperatures stay fairly cool in the low 50s. Saturday, spotty showers. Come Sunday, more widespread rain. I'll have your full forecast here in a few moments. Carly.
Well, let's take a look at the traffic alerts we have. We have two of them right now. One of them's down in Salem, the southbound closure of I-5. This is 6 miles south of Highway 22 at Delaney Road. And right now, police are forcing you to exit Delaney Road and take an alternate route. So we actually have some live pictures from the scene, and you'll see everyone being forced to get off the highway there and take Delaney Road to Enchanted Way and then reconnect to I-5. So there's the traffic flow. Trucks and other vehicles having to exit I-5 southbound because of police activity. It will take a while for this to clear, so I would expect this to be in place for a little bit with a little bit of congestion in that area because of everyone having to exit. Thankfully, traffic's light, though, and we're not seeing any huge backups or anything because it's not your normal commute with everyone staying home. So that's the main traffic alert. And then back here in the metro area, we've got the left lane closed of I-405 northbound due to road work. This is at Gleason. No delay.
Thank you very much, Carly. Time now is 5:43. You're watching KOIN 6 News. Coming up, helping the homeless. We'll tell you what Portland's Jupiter Hotel is doing to make sure those without homes are not forgotten during this COVID-19 crisis. Welcome back. Time now is 5:46. As the COVID-19 crisis grows, people around the nation are stepping up to help. In Portland, the Jupiter Hotel has offered up over half its rooms for the homeless who might be sick. Jennifer Dowling spoke with the hotel's general manager, who says the decision was a no-brainer.
This story, I think, highlights exactly why small businesses are so important to our community and why they need our support.
The trendy Jupiter Hotel is one of the latest local businesses to offer help in the battle to keep coronavirus from spreading through the streets of our community.
Once we started talking to the county about what their needs were, it was really a no-brainer for us to work together.
The Joint Office of Homeless Services says people will be moved here after they've been checked in at one of the other local shelters. Sick or symptomatic people will be screened and sent here to recover or await testing results.
And we're in the process right now of working with all of our shelter providers to identify folks who are struggling with symptoms, who it would be best to have in this kind of setting.
Dennis Thuralt with the Joint Office of Homeless Services says the hotel will be paid a reduced rate for the rooms at around $79 a night. He says it's a win-win because that money will support employees that might otherwise face layoffs.
But this isn't intended to be a long-term stay. It really is the opportunity for folks to await the outcomes of their tests, and if they're feeling better, we'll move them back.
We've worked with the county to put enhanced cleaning protocols into place.
Nick says they're also working with hospitals to find out what their needs might be to potentially house medical staff at the other building, Jupiter Next.
And we are actively working to support and house our frontline medical staff who cannot return to their homes at this time. Seeing this all come together couldn't make all of us here at the Jupiter prouder to be part of this community.
Well, the Joint Office of Homeless Services has helped set up 2 social distancing shelters for people without symptoms. Those are located at the Oregon Convention Center and at the Charles Jordan Community Center. Time now is 5:48, and we are keeping an eye on your traffic and weather together. Kelly joins us again with a look at what we can expect outside today, and I see you have a rain map behind you there.
I do, yes. We've been tracking rain all month long, and we've been running very low this month here in terms of how much rain we've seen. We're seeing below normal totals here from where we should be and missing over 1.5 inches of rain. So it's been a dry March so far. Totals at about 1.56 inches here. You can see the middle week of the month was completely dry, and the past 4 days we've seen some measurable rain and a trace of rain yesterday, so this is good. And moving forward, we are expecting to pile on a bit more rain as we finish out the month here, but we are still seeing some below normal totals. And in terms of our drought here, that has picked up nearly 80% of the state here in the dry category, the abnormally dry category, and about 8.5% of the state, mostly in southern Oregon, are now in a severe drought. So there are some potential risks that we have moving forward here. So this is something that many professionals will be watching as we move forward into our springtime and summer to see how this drought now affects us. We need as much rain as we can and more mountain snowfall if we can as well. And again, we are expecting to see a fairly rainy weekend, especially Sunday into Monday. So right now we are mostly dry. We're cloudy. Temperature is in the low to mid 40s here. Rain showers have moved on in. The coast is a bit wet as we start here, Astoria and Seaside again in the rainfall. We're seeing some scattered showers down the beaches here, up and over the Coast Range, and now some showers entering into the valley. So Portland is mainly dry at this point in time. Some scattered showers working on in. And going into today and also tomorrow, we'll see light rain showers. It's really Sunday. Our next system arrives here, and we'll see more rain moving in from that system. So come Sunday to Monday, some soggy conditions, but until then, we'll see spotty snow showers and spotty rain showers around the valley this morning time and then again this afternoon. Come Saturday as well, we'll still see some off and on showers, maybe even some dry breaks and some sun breaks out there too. Come Sunday, that's when that front scoots on in. So do expect more widespread rain come the morning on Sunday through the afternoon. Then again on Monday, our next system scoots on in. We'll see more snowfall from that system too. So we're looking at some wet weather moving forward, just not too much rain for today and also Saturday, just off and on light showers here. It's really Sunday and beyond. We start to pick up that rain, maybe 1/2 inch by the end of Sunday. And then Monday, we'll see totals close to maybe about 1 inch or so in Portland, and towards the coast, maybe closer to 2 inches. So a lot more rain moving in, some wet weather for the mountains as well. And that'll drop in the form of some snowfall. We'll stay cold as snow levels stay at about 4,000 feet through the weekend. Maybe 1 inch or so through today and Saturday. We'll pick up more snow come Sunday into Monday as that next system arrives, and some models are going for some significant snow even up on Mount Hood. So we could see maybe close to 1 foot of new snow for those higher elevations. Government Camp likely picking up some heavier accumulations come Sunday into Monday too, maybe close to 2 to 6 inches. Also, we do stay cold as we head towards today and the weekend. Our temperatures still stay in the low 50s. On average, we should be in the upper 50s, so cooler than normal come Wednesday Wednesday into next week, that's when we start to see a warm up here. Some models pushing us back into the 60s. So we'll track that trend. But for today, highs still around 50 degrees here in Portland. Many spots in the upper 40s to low 50s today with some light spotty showers through Saturday and a rainy weekend, Sunday to Monday ahead. Carly.
I-5 southbound is closed. It's 6 miles south of Highway 22 where you'll see this closure. So this is at Delaney Road. On I-5 southbound, you'll be forced to exit there, and this is because of police activity. You'll then be redirected through an alternate route. So let's take a look. We actually have live video from down there of what's going on. So this is the detour. Everyone forced to exit I-5 at Delaney Road, then take Enchanted Way to reconnect with I-5 and get around this southbound closure. Again, police activity there. That's why I-5 is closed in the southbound direction, and we don't know when it will reopen. So plan ahead. There is a little bit of congestion there trying to get around that closure. There is a left lane closed on I-405 northbound, but it's not impacting traffic. This is at Gleason. It's looking good across the metro area other than that.
Thank you, Carly. Time now is 5:52. You're watching KOIN 6 News. The 2020 Major League Baseball season has been postponed, but some work has gotten done for fans. We'll explain all that coming up next.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS This Morning, here are emotional stories from some of the Americans among the record number of people who have filed for unemployment last week. Also, as countries around the world try to contain this coronavirus, we talk with Americans stuck abroad. They are trying to get home. Plus, we speak exclusively with Facebook CEO, that's Mark Zuckerberg, and his wife, Priscilla Chan, about their role fighting the virus. And our panel of experts will answer your questions on health and finance. There's a lot to discuss as we live through this pandemic. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.
Thursday was set to be opening day for Major League Baseball, but because of the coronavirus, everything was shut down and it's now put on hold. This was the scene in Oakland yesterday. Emptiness, and a similar scene all across the entire country. And while we wait for America's favorite pastime to get up and running again, the Players Association and Major League Baseball agreed on a few issues. One is they hope to return to their respective training camps by mid-May and possibly start playing ball by June 1st. They are remaining flexible, though, with the possibility of shortening the season, adding more doubleheaders to the schedule as well. We're going more in-depth into the delay of the 2020 Major League Baseball season on the KOIN Podcast Network. We will hear how one lifelong fan fell in love with the game as a kid, what he is doing to pass the time without any games now. And we also look at what the movie Field of Dreams can teach us about the game making a comeback. You can find that on KOIN.com/coronavirus or download it wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Time now is 5:57. You're watching KOIN 6 News This Morning. And coming up at 5, we'll take you back live to Interstate 5 near Salem for an update on the police activity that has the freeway closed there. Emily Burris is back with your next half hour of news.